Hello everyone, my name is DanielDTX and welcome back to a new video and welcome to a new WWE prediction video. This time, it's the biggest show of the year. It's the grandest stage of them all. It's the wrestling world is combined together into one gigantic show. Ultra, Wrestlemania. Wrestlemania, oh my lord. It is closing. It is closing very, very fast. And there's 4 matches that has been confirmed. Technically, 5. However, that is a undecided match with Brock Lesnar. We'll take that after a little bit. But I've tried my best to kind of get into a place where I've been predicting in total 15 matches, okay? Because we have to take in consideration night 1, night 2, and there's actually been the case of not being an even number. So, it could be 14. I think that's kind of more a realistic number because then we're getting 7 and 7. But here I'm going with 1 extra. So 7 and 8. We'll see though. I mean, this is just a prediction. And also, I'm fully aware that there's some key people that I've been left out of this prediction video. Because I don't know what the plan is. Because it doesn't really add up anywhere. And also, if you're a wrestling fan, I think you're gonna know who I got inspired from most of the matches to kind of get there. But also it makes a lot of sense, and also I've been kind of digging into the reasons and all that, and yada yada yada. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible explaining everything, because I am not a wrestling expert at all. I'm just here to make a fantasy booking, and that's what I've been doing. So here we go. Alright, let's start off with the confirmed 4 matches. We got a World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. CM Punk is the current champion, and quite frankly, I think he's gonna retain. I think overall, it's gonna be 50-50. Because both goes in very, very strong. Both are incredibly good at being champion. It's going to be a close call. I think it's going to be 50-50, but I'm going to go with CM Punk. Then we have match number 2 that is confirmed. That is going to be for the Women's World Championship, where it's going to be Stephanie McMahon versus Liv Morgan. It's going to be a very, very interesting match. I'm going with Liv Morgan actually being the new champion. It's gonna be a heater. It's gonna be a real heater. But I'm actually gonna go with that. Then we have a number 3 for the undisputed WWE Championship. Current champion, like it or not, it is Cody Rhodes. I don't really mind it. It's just that I wish it could have gone a different route. But having the match against Randy Orton, that is going to be the case now. But there's room for heel versus babyface. Right now, it's babyface versus babyface, right? I think it's going to be a room for another thing here. But yeah, overall though, I'm going to go with Randy Orton being the new champion. And getting his number 15. I think is about goddamn time. He's one of the great ones. So he truly deserves it, and it would be so freaking cool to see Randy Orton day-to-day basis as a disputed WWE champion. Confirmed match number 4, it is for the WWE Women's Championship. It's gonna be Jade Cargill, who is the current champion, versus Rhea Ripley. And oh my god, I think this is gonna be a huge banger of a match. I think it's gonna pop off the whole Las Vegas place, to be honest. And I think when the match is over and they ring the bell, it's gonna be a new champion with Rhea Ripley. Then we have a 2BD, yeah, to be determined match. We have Brock Lesnar on the card. right? But he has open challenge. And who is it gonna be? Don't know. Nobody knows. So like we're kind of stuck in that. Who is it gonna be? Who is it gonna show up on the open challenges in the Raw? So what do I end up with? I'm actually gonna end up with Obafemi. I think Obafemi has the it factor, and a matchup between Brock Lesnar and Legend versus Obafemi, who is destroying people day to day. So it's gonna be a destroyer versus destroyer match, and I think that is something we need. That is something we need. We need one of those matches, right? Where Brock Lesnar might be able to lose, and actually on this prediction, I have it as Obafemi actually winning the match. Other than Obafemi, don't really have any people to to be a part of it, you know? It doesn't make any sense that anyone else. Maybe Royce Keys, but I mean, bro, when is Royce Keys gonna be on the TV and actually do matches? He's doing interviews. That's all I know. We have the match that I wanted to talk about that might be included in the Undisputed WWE Championship with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, being Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Right now, I have Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. However, I do see a world where we could have a fatal four-way. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it as a singles match for now. Then we might see. Maybe there's a possibility to get to the point where we're actually gonna see fatal four-way. Who knows? Who knows? I think it could be an interesting world to live in, though, for sure. Me from the future here, I actually forgot to say who I predicted as a winner of this match, and I'm gonna go with Jacob Fatu. Alright, then we have my second prediction, and that is gonna be Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. But they have a story to be told, and they have started, but it hasn't really digressed a little bit. So you know, they kind of have to come to a point where they actually break loose and actually have a match, and show who is humble in this business. Also, Sami Zayn is in a emotional, circle, and I think Trick Williams might be the perfect opponent for him to kind of wake up, and also know who he is. And to be honest, though, Trick Williams, one of the greatest call-ups, I would say. I love seeing Trick Williams on the screen. But in this match, I will go with the winner of being Sami Zayn. Then we have Seth Rollins, the Masked Man, versus Logan Paul. You're gonna have the winner being Seth freaking Rollins, if you might add to it. Then we have number 9, which is gonna be Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. Finally, they paid off the whole thing where they actually turned on Finn Balor. I actually thought it was going to be vice versa, that Finn Balor was going to turn on Dominic Mysterio. That didn't never happen. They teased it for a long time, never happened though. So I don't know what happened there, but nonetheless, we have Dominic versus Finn Balor basically on lock at this point. It might be a stipulation match. I think it's gonna be. But we could also see Finn Balor as the demon. Let's just hope for a banger of a match. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. I also realized that I forgot to mention the winner prediction here. And in this match, I actually see Finn Balor wins. Then we have Carmelo Hayes versus TBD. I have picked a opponent that is going to be Ilya Dragunov. I think Ilya Dragunov will answer the open challenge that Carmelo Hayes is going to have on WrestleMania, even on SmackDown before WrestleMania. That is going to say I'm having an open challenge for WrestleMania. Who is gonna be? And then Ilya Dragunov pops up and will be the opponent. Here I have Ilya Dragunov being the new champion. Then we have the next prediction match. That's gonna be Julia. It's gonna be a triple threat where we have Julia as the champion versus Io Sky versus Tiffany Stratton. This triple threat could be an amazing show. And the winner is gonna be Io Sky as a new undisputed would be amazing too, but United States champion. Alrighty, then we have a thing I think it's gonna be kind of obvious that we're gonna rerun from Elimination Chamber for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee, who is the current champion, versus Becky Lynch. Oh wow, what a surprise! I think we're gonna see that. But in this case, we're gonna see a new champion, previous champion, and you know all that. Gonna be Becky Lynch. She's gonna take it back, and you know she's gonna be the heel she's, and you know hold it forever. Alrighty, then we have a long match, not long in duration, but long in many names. Okay, so this is for the women's tag team championships. Okay, fasten your seatbelt. It is gonna be the current champions, Irresistible Forces, versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, versus Shalexa, versus Bella Twins, versus Kabuki Warriors, versus Judgment Day. Cinema. We need that. We need that. That would be amazing. And, you know, make it TLC. Make it table ladders and chairs, you know? I think it's gonna be one of those matches that we'll never forget and forever talked about. Okay? Also, it really determines who is gonna be the women's tag team, you know? And also, maybe we're getting some breakups here. We're having a breakup potential of Shalexa, and we have a breakup opportunity with Kabuki Warriors, actually. And I think Kabuki Warriors needs to, you know, just separate. I think Kairi Sane needs to take a payback for how Asuka's been treating her. And I think in Shalexa that it's gonna be some shenanigans and something is gonna happen, and they're not gonna be friends no more. But one it's gonna be one winner, and I'm gonna go with Bella Twins as the new champions. I think a little comeback of a little nostalgia is gonna be in place. Alrighty, let's go over to the funniest match that it's gonna be. It's gonna be El Grande Americano versus Original El Grande Americano. It's gonna be a mask versus mask match. I think that could be an amazing way to kind of having a finale on the El Grande Americano, because I see the winner being the original El Grande Americano. And actually seeing who is behind the mask of the El Grande Americano. We'll see how that goes, but I think it will pay off very well. And then we have the last match, number 15, and that's gonna be a squash match. It's gonna be Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. I don't want it. I don't like it. But I think in the end of the day, that might be the case. And yeah, it is gonna be, if Rey Mysterio loses, he retires. And guess who the winner is gonna be? Well, we're gonna see Gunther retire, another legend. Which I don't want to see. But, you know, you have Gunther being the career killer. It is how it is. That's just the most realistic thing, to be honest. Be honest with yourself, you know. Nobody wants it, but I think that's gonna be the match. I wished for Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio for retirement. We might be able to see that actually, maybe at SummerSlam or something. But right now, I see this being the match, unfortunately. Okay, let's talk about some names that I'm a little bit unsure about. First, we have some injuries, and this, Brum Breaker. What are we gonna do with Brum Breaker? He is currently out. Is he gonna be able to, be a part of the WrestleMania card? That's very uncertain, how the status is. Then we have LA Knight. Yeah. Which I also don't see anywhere being, it is a sad reality. I really hope that they find a match. Don't give me, Brock Lesnar versus LA Knight. We don't need it. I don't want it. I think that's gonna be a squash match, if anything. So yeah, no, please don't. All right, and then we have Bianca Belair, who is, been out for half a year, maybe even more, of because of the injury she has with the fingers. So, it is a very uncertain world we're living in with certain people, and it is unfortunate that injuries happens. But yeah, and also some people will be left off the card. Anyways, that is gonna be it for today's video and the WrestleMania prediction video. I might make a final prediction. I don't know. This might be the final prediction. We'll see along, as the week goes. But yeah, that's gonna be my prediction for now, at least. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope I see you in the next video, whatever that is. Take care. Bye-bye.